about to get really cold soon. We've got rain in the forecast, and we're probably going to encounter snow over the next several days at some point. I've got a lot to talk about, and I'm going to go over it in my next YouTube video. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker, so let's get into it. The first thing that I want to do is set the stage with the cold air. We've been talking about the cold air for several days now, and that's still on tap. I'm filming this on Thursday, and it's going to be pretty mild today and tomorrow, but a strong cold front will arrive on Saturday and bring in some very cold air late weekend and early next week. This is the European anomaly model set for Sunday night into Monday. There's a lot of purple on that map, and for good reason too. Temperatures, departures from average, well below average. So really cold air. We're in the middle of winter time. When you see stuff like this, you know it's about to get really cold. You can loop the model and see it just kind of push in, and man, it is stout. That is some legit cold, and it kind of lingers into, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. Looking at actual air temperatures, this is the European model set. I think the GFS is a little too warm, but the European model set, this is lunchtime on Monday. We're talking temperatures in the low to mid 20s across the entire state. That's really impressive for midday temperatures. I'm not talking in the middle of the night or in the morning. I'm talking in the middle of the day. And if you look at the wind chills, we're talking noon, northern Arkansas. It feels like we're in the low teens. A large part of the state feels like we're in the upper teens, maybe some low 20 wind chills across South Arkansas. I think you kind of get the vibe of what I'm trying to get across here is that it's going to be very cold Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and probably on Wednesday as well. As far as precipitation goes for the next few days, we will deal with some rainfall as this system moves through. You can see the European model here on Friday evening spitting out scattered rain opportunities, and that should be out of here by Saturday. Rain amounts don't look exceptionally high. Looking at the precip totals, you can see generally, I think, under half an inch is going to be very common. I think most areas will be at a quarter of an inch or below. So a nice little rain to kick this off. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of rainfall. No severe weather expected with that at this time. And then we talked about this on my Facebook page a couple of days ago. I do think that there is some potential for some light snowfall or flurries on Saturday evening across western Arkansas and northwest Arkansas, scattered to very light amounts. You can see that disturbance pass through on Saturday evening. It's gone by Sunday morning. Snowfall totals, not much to talk about. It does spit out maybe the potential for somebody, if this can organize enough, maybe somebody gets a dusting on the high end amounts. Maybe somebody gets half of an inch, maybe in the high elevations of northwest Arkansas. Overall, not a factor in the forecast, in my opinion, at this juncture, but it still counts. It still needs to be talked about, and it counts in the forecast when it comes to precipitation. So rain Friday, maybe a little bit of light snow on Saturday. Most of the state will miss that round of snow. And then we move into the latter part of the weekend, and we need to talk about early next week. Early next week is a little bit of a wild card to me. I feel like models have really wobbled back and forth over the last couple of days. But as of right now, my confidence in widespread snow in Arkansas is low. But that doesn't mean the entire state of Arkansas will miss out on snowfall potential, especially southern Arkansas. I'm starting here with the global forecast system, their Ensemble, and this is probabilities for more than 1 inch of snow. We'll just say from Monday through Wednesday. You can see this model really doesn't have much faith for southern Arkansas to experience that. It shoves it way south in Texas and Louisiana. And looking at the European, the EPS signal, same story. It does give a little bit more faith for Arkansas with some low probabilities for 1 inch or more of snow. I want you to really focus on southern Arkansas here. I know it shows it up in different parts of the state, but I feel like those probabilities at this time are low. And then the signals there are really, once again, still stout in Texas and Louisiana. So we're seeing a pattern here that the greatest snow opportunities from Monday to Wednesday is going to be south of Arkansas. The CMC, this is the Canadian Ensemble, so quite a bit more aggressive. This model really likes the idea of snowfall in Texas and Louisiana and maybe southern Arkansas. This model has been the most aggressive out of all of them when it comes to snowfall in our region. Especially southern Arkansas. I mean, this has odds between 60 and 80% for our southern rows of counties. So that's something to watch. And then just for fun, this is not a forecast. I'm just looking at a straight model. These amounts won't be right. But this is the Icon Global set. And it shows the potential from Monday through Wednesday for our most southern counties to observe maybe some light snow. This is a 10-to-1 ratio. I think temperatures will be quite a bit colder, so the ratios might be a little bit higher. But places like El Dorado, Lake Village, Monticello, maybe even as far west as Texarkana, I think the snow probabilities right now are low. But if the best probabilities were in Arkansas were to be found anywhere, it would be from Texarkana down to El Dorado, Lake Village, and so on. So that's kind of where we're at for Monday and Tuesday. I think the snow potential overall is pretty low, but there is some hope for South Arkansas people if you're wanting some snow. We'll know more definitely here in the next couple of days. So I know this channel is about Arkansas, but I did want to show this last model before we move on. This would be absolutely historic. This is today's run of the European model. Look at the snowfall totals that go from the south, far south part of Texas, Louisiana, along the Gulf Coast to South Mississippi, Mobile, and even the Florida Panhandle. This model is suggesting, and these are, legit accumulating snow totals of 1 to 3 inches for the Florida Panhandle, South Georgia. Folks, this part of our country rarely ever observes snowfall, so if this model is anywhere close to right, this would be a historic snowstorm for a large part of this region, the Southeast. Just something interesting to watch and look at over the next several days. Like I said, this does not include Arkansas for the most part, it seems, but a really cool storm to watch, and we'll see how it unfolds over the next several days. This would be for the early part of next week. I will be watching a signal for next week, around 7 days from now, for more snowfall in Arkansas. The GFS model, especially the overnight sets, was really aggressive with snowfall potential for a large part of the state. This is operational data beyond 120, 130 hours, so really untrustworthy in my opinion, but it does have 2 model sets in a row that shows this solution for next Thursday, so 7 days from now. However, the European model, the latest run sets, has nothing. So that kind of shows you what the model run-to-run variability right now is. I think the biggest thing right now is for us to just kind of focus on the next few days, early next week. With cold air in place, a lot can happen, even if we have light snow amounts. So this is just something that we're going to have to monitor with time. I will say that the GEFS, which is the global forecast ensemble system, and we've spoke about this a couple of times already today, does have an ensemble signal for that system next week. These are the greater than 1 inch snow probabilities. You can see there for Arkansas, the purple highlights. And I know that, you might be thinking, well, Zach, the legend at the bottom says that's only a 10% chance. You're right. But when we're 7 days away, even having that 10% signal on an ensemble does add a little bit of speculation that we could deal with something in the 7-day window. But for now, this is just a signal, nothing set in stone, and definitely not a forecast. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like the video. That really helps me when you do that. Share it with a friend and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. My goal for this channel is to have at least 1 or 2 videos a week discussing the weather ahead. So just to recap what we've discussed in this video: mild the next couple of days with rain chances on Friday, maybe some light snow across western Arkansas on Saturday evening. Not seeing a whole lot of snow signals for Monday and Tuesday, but perhaps South Arkansas could get into the mix. I'll have more updates on that soon. And I'm watching a signal around 7 days from now for our next system. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Zachary Hall, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker, and I'll catch you next time.